Hello, my name is Steve Peterson. I'm with the company GCAC, and today I have Jeff Cole from US Hemp Brokerage. And Jeff, one of the things that we've been talking about is the role of US Hemp Brokerage as a sustainable-based marketing agency and the importance it's providing its clients in terms of representing truly what they say they do with third-party backed evidence. So, Jeff, if you don't mind, please describe a little bit further to the audience what the importance of being this role as an agency and helping to authenticate what the messages that these brands are delivering to the consumers.
Okay, sure. Thank you, Steve. Yeah, the US Hemp Brokerage is a sustainability marketing agency. We work within the cannabis and hemp space, and we really focus on hemp historically. The importance of being authentic is what's needed when it comes to marketing any kind of a product in today's world. You'll see that the vast majority of consumer packaged goods products are really not sustainably made these days. They're using all kinds of different ingredients, and they're sourcing from, let's say countries like China, where they really do have a real problem with how they use child labor, how they, really just kind of like don't take care of people at a level that we would expect would be appropriate. So there are a lot of different ways that people can source, or companies can source ingredients and make their products and things like that, that they can then cover up through marketing messaging. So rather than covering up the marketing message and saying that they're a green product or an authentic green brand, but then in the background, they're really using child labor, or they're sourcing highly processed or highly toxic types of ingredients. There's a big wave of companies that have chosen to make it appear like they're green or like they're sustainably minded, when they're just totally not. The term for that, Steve, is called greenwashing. So greenwashing really is when a company presents itself as a sustainable or a green-oriented company, meaning truly that they have a focus on their positive social impact and their positive environmental impact and their positive economic impact, instead of actually authentically forming their business with initiatives that achieve those elements, those positive
Indeed.
environmental, social, or economic impacts. They just say that they're doing that. Meanwhile, in the background, they're not. So that greenwashing is really, really problematic. And to kind of bring that back into why that matters to us and why that matters to the US Hemp Brokerage is because we are a sustainable marketing agency. So we're totally dedicated to being authentic in what we say we are. And we work with brands and bring brands that are high quality brands that are also authentic to the market. So for instance, we're a company that was formed very specifically to support sustainable enterprise. And that's, really, really important to us. It's increasingly important to brands because more and more people have access to information and data. So as people are making buying decisions, they have a great ease of being able to go in and look at a product's ingredients, to go in and look at a product story, and they can, and I'll say that to use this term that's very popular these days, right? The fake meter is really high. A lot of people have a meter where they're checking against, whether or not what the marketing message is truly backed up in reality. So
yeah, I would add, Jeff, too. I think, we're seeing the impact of what greenwashing, as you defined in Europe, where major companies like H&M are getting their brands pulled off the airways because they were going over the tips of their skis in terms of the truth. I also feel like the cannabis and hemp industries, again, because it's a relatively new product, it might not be as new. We might not think it is new, but if you think generational, we're talking the last 10 years.
Right.
But that means 90% of the audience is still trying to understand what this is all about. And so I feel like as an industry, we have a great burden to provide full transparency, which therefore would create greater trust to the consumer. And I think the things that you're exemplifying in terms of being that third-party verifier, again, to allow the customer to see that somebody else checked this message, and to see that evidence quickly through that QR code on the blockchain is very powerful. The customer wouldn't even know they're on the blockchain. They'll just click, see proof points, and then immediately be taken to the documentation that was third-partied and verified, and then, or the lab results or whatever it is. So all of a sudden their confidence meter goes way up as a result of all this. So I think it's an excellent and important role to discuss. Okay, well, thank you, Jeff.
It's a really important thing for the U.S. Hemp Brokerage to be that third-party verifier, and providing a third-party verification that then gets captured on the blockchain that we can then put into marketing pipelines and marketing funnels that capture all of the positive attributes of a brand that can actually verify. So they're making the brand is making an attestation that they're doing certain things, that they're, for instance, woman-owned, they source from organic farms, they source locally, they've got a clear trading radius that they're trying to source from, because all of these things are more sustainable. It's one thing for a brand to say that, and it's a totally different thing to have those attestations third-party verified by a firm that's qualified to do so, such as ours, and then to capture that data through the QR code and have it really stamped on the blockchain through GCAC. That's really one of the reasons that we're working together, and it's one of the most exciting parts of the growth of our company.
Yeah, and the beauty of it is it's not expensive. It's just having the right tools to be able to deliver that kind of message. And we're going to discuss that in our next segment for those following this video interview. We'll talk a little bit more about the impact it's having at the consumer level. Thank you, Jeff.
You're welcome. Thank you, Steve.